Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, what we're going to do is create a forest, but this time we're going to use the HDRP in Unity. Also, I'm going to use a couple of free tools that you can find on the Unity asset stores that really speed up the terrain building process. Let's begin straight away. Alright, first thing you want to do as usual is just create an environment. I'm going to go on 3D objects, terrain. Okay, now that's been created. Let's go on the terrain settings, scroll all the way down, and adjust the width to 500, the length to 500, and the height to 150. Right. Next, what we want to do is go onto the paint terrain, and we're going to change the paint texture to stamp terrain. This option is not usually there. It should have appeared if you have imported the asset packs that I've listed down in the description below. So let's click on it. We're going to select this brush right here, Canyon 04. Which is really perfect to create rivers. I'm going to increase the brush size to cover most of the terrain, something like that. And the opacity is something quite high. As you can see, the stamp has taken place. Alright guys, next thing we want to do is select this brush right here, the built-in brush 5, and just start creating some bumps in the terrain. I'm gonna do this for the whole terrain around the river. Next, we're going to go on raise or lower terrain, increase the brush size a little, decrease the opacity quite a bit, and just raise the overall height. Okay, next thing we want to do is add some textures to the terrain. So this is going to be also one of the new tools. We're going to go on the terrain, add component, and we're going to add a terrain painter. Once the component is added, click on the plus, and then select add active terrains. Then click on layers, click on the plus here, and we're going to add a few different textures and layers. The first thing we're going to add is the ground sand. Now we're going to click and add the regular grass. We're going to add the dirt, and finally we're going to add the gravel. Alright guys, so for the gravel what we want to do is add a modifier stack and click on slope. Will only be showing around the slopes of these small hills, as you can see, something like that. You can adjust it further, maybe to 5 and 9. Alright, now with dirt we're gonna do the same thing. Click on slope, then adjust it so that it's gonna show more or less in the same spot, just a little bit lower. Next, we're going to click on grass, and this time what we want to use is the height. So for this one, we're going to adjust the minimum height so that it's everywhere in the map aside from the river part where we want basically the sand. So somewhere like that, it's fine. Now that the overall textures have been placed, next thing we want to do is add some water. We're going to right click here, click on 3D objects, create a lake polygon. This is only available if you have the asset pack, which is not free. If you don't have that, just create a plane and position it in the scene accordingly, and then just assign a water material. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the lake polygon and create a simple polygon around the map, like that. If the materials in the scene look purple, what you want to do is select them, then go on Edit, Rendering, Materials, and upgrade HDRP materials to latest version. So let's change the material of the water. Alright, now that the material has been set, we're going to focus on foliage next. Let's click on the terrain, go on to paint trees, edit trees, add tree. I'm going to add them all and skip to the end. Alright guys, now that all the foliage has been added, what you want to do is click on mass place trees and add 100,000 of them. Just make sure that you delete whichever's actually spawn inside the river. Also make sure that these models are not using textures that's higher than 512. We have no need for textures that are 4K, so just select them all like this, and then select 512 or even 256, but 512 will do. Click apply. That will automatically make them a lot less heavy. Once that's done, click on the terrain and just remove the ones that spawn in the river. Okay guys, now that the foliage has been added, we want to add some trees. So click on the terrain, edit trees, add tree. You're just going to add the tree that you want, and then we're going to manually select it, and then we're going to place them all across the terrain. Now that the foliage, plants and trees have been placed, the last thing we want to do is simply add a little bit of post-processing to the scene to make it look a bit better. Let's right click on the hierarchy, go on to volume, global volume, and for this we're going to add new. This will create a new profile, which is right here. So we're going to add an override. First we're going to go on post-processing and click on vignette. We're going to take the intensity and smoothness, just increase it a little bit to add some shade of dark to the scene, in the corner at least. I'm going to change the color to something a bit more bluish, dark blue, maybe like that. Next thing we want to do is add another one, and this time is going to be color adjustments. We're going to tick post exposure and saturation, increase the post exposure to 0.8 and the saturation to 3. We're going to add another one, post-processing. This time is going to be shadows, midtones and highlights. Make sure to tick them all. And what we want to do for this is give the shadows a bit more of a darker tint, so like a bluish tint, like that. The midtones are going to have a bit more of a yellow-red tint, as if the sun is shining on them. And finally the highlights are going to be a little bit more green and slightly increased to 1.19, 1.2 basically. Alright guys, as for the fog, you're going to go on the sky and fog volume, take the fog, enable all of this and just set them to these values right here. So once that's done, the next thing we want to do is right click on the hierarchy, go on to light and add the reflection probe. As you can see, currently the scene looks okay, but it doesn't have much reflection. If you look at the water, for example, it's very flat. So we're going to add a reflection probe. We're going to adjust the size of the box to 400, 400 and 400. And we're going to make sure that it's covering the whole scene. Once that's placed, let's zoom in again in the scene. And what we want to do is scroll down and click on bake. Notice the difference between water now and how it's gonna be after it's baked. As you can see, now the water is actually reflecting the environment around it, which makes it look a lot nicer. Alright guys, and with that the environment is pretty much done. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. Thank you very much guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.